Now, you wrote an article about 7 mistakes that small agencies make. And now, one point in there was that 10% of your staff should be focused on sales full time. But what if you are the entrepreneur in the business, or you are the business owner, and you are the only salesperson?
Yeah, so that I think that is that percentage is an ultimate percentage where if you build a business to a certain size, certainly if you're a one-man band, it's going to be 100%, but it's not really, because it gives you an indicative level of what percentage of your time you're going to spend on selling. So if you take a typical week, how much time of that week are you in front of a client? Okay, and how much time are you actually in the office doing? Okay, and that sort of gives you a benchmark. But I would certainly capitulate to the fact that when you're much smaller, the percentage is actually higher because you have fewer staff, right? And you need the sales. But the issue is that as organizations grow, the sales team do not grow commensurate with that business as a percentage. So I like, within the agency space, I think 10% is the right. I mean, it's a rule of thumb. It's not science, and it would be different in also different stages and different nuances in the small agency business.
So I've never had a sales team myself, and I am the sales team. So, but I think I put that down to why I haven't grown as much, maybe over 16 years, because I haven't had a sales team that drives sales.
Yes and no, because the subtlety in what you're saying is that you might want to have another salesperson, right? Somebody other than you.
Yes.
The issue with many small businesses is they abdicate, so they don't delegate that role. So if you have another person in a sales role, it's imperative that you don't abdicate from that you remain in the sales position, and that you delegate. And what I mean by delegate is not saying, okay, you do that, but very specifically, like Gerber says that in a specific design, that this salesperson follows your process in the way that you have designed it, and you've handed over in a responsible way, where you've shown them, they've observed you, you've observed them, and then they run, and you still keep in control, and you never abdicate the sales role. So the mistake that small businesses make is that they hear that, oh, you have to have salespeople, and then they go find their cousin's brother's mother's auntie's son who hasn't had a job for 5 years. He seems cheap, seems like he brushes his hair, so we'll make him the sales guy. And they go, okay, we've got like this advertising stuff, go sell it. And then they fail, and you go, you see, if you want to do something properly, you've got to do it yourself.
But you said that the best salesperson clients would prefer to buy from the owner of the business as opposed to a salesman when you're starting off.
Sure, absolutely. But that can be done, today I've got a team of 130 people. I've got a sales team of 10% of that. I would say that 80% of my clients have never met me. They've met my salespeople. All my tier 1, tier 2 clients I make a point of seeing. But we have hundreds of clients that I've never met, because you can't have an organization grow with you in every single sale.
Of course.
Okay. However, the sales process is by my design. The retention strategy is by my design. The scripts are even by my design. The sales collateral is by my design. And when I say by my design, I'm not saying unilaterally. I'm saying I manage that with input from other people. But that is where my influence comes into the sale. So I'm present, but in a different way.